Happy Monday. Welcome to today's live reading. Thank you all for being here, just checking out the chat. How was everyone's weekend? Just checking you can all hear me okay. Happy Monday, Jean. I see we've got the list is already racking up, which is great. I'll crack on with the readings in 1 second. I am just, as you can see, maybe my pinned comment there, I'm just having a little experiment with some new tech to see if it can automate a list. So I'll read the list as usual, but I'm looking, bear with me 1 second, to put the like. This is an example that I'm putting in the chat. The exclamation mark, like, and then the number, and then that's meant to automate a list. But obviously I'll just read for everyone. I'll just read for everyone as usual. Danny baby, my weekend was so busy. I'm going to relax today. That sounds good. Yeah, mine was pretty busy as well, actually. I remember I was on Friday, I was saying that we should take it all slow because of the full moon on Taurus, and I'm not quite sure if that happened. At the end of today's reading, yeah, I have Nightbot. Exactly, Danny baby, you've heard of it. So Annika, I think it was, who's a regular here, told me about it. So I'm experimenting with it. Thank you, Rose, to see if this is going to work or not. I will see. And for anyone who wants to stay to the end, it looks like this is reversed in the... Anyway, I'm going to be doing the Hidden Truth Oracle love readings for anyone who wants to hang around till the end of the live for around 10, just a quick fire round of oracle cards for around 10-15 minutes at the end, just focusing on love questions. So please stick around for that if you'd like to as well. But let's crack on. Hey Motivation, hey Nettie P, I said hi to Danny, I'm sure. Right, let's get, I'll just go to the top of my list. Motivation, that's you. And then, so we've got if you have your questions ready, got Motivation, Aisha, and then Anne. So I'll just do the next three and then we'll carry on from there. So Motivation, what's your question? I'm using the Muse Tarot deck for anyone interested. Motivation. What blessings happening for me in the rest of this month? Hey Janavi, I hope you're well. Nice to have you here. There's not that much left of the month, is there? Well, maybe two, well, actually, for over a week, 2 weeks. Let's see. Spirit, please bring a message through for... Oh, I'm going to take that Motivation. It jumped out. So we're particularly looking at blessings. Thank you, Motivation. So we have the Lovers card. And I see this as a deepening connection. of your person motivation. So I know that it will most likely be Smith, if I'm right on that, who when comes to mind when you think of this deep connection, that this who comes to mind. I think that Spirit is blessing this union has come through. It is a major arcana, so it's a reminder of the depth of this connection and the continuing deepening of that connection. We have all these blossoms here that are aligned, and I feel like what I'm really drawn to today is how that these are all in alignment. So it's coming into alignment with this person more and more. If you feel like this gap is closing between you, if you've had distance or things have moved slower than maybe that you'd wanted to, etc. And it's like that you are slowly moving into a more harmonious connection and alignment. Yeah, it's a really nice energy. And I feel like these angel wings here is like Spirit's blessing, that really is almost behind the scenes, is helping with this as well, bring this into alignment for you. Spirit has your back on this. Sometimes Spirit, encourages us obviously to lean into people that are good for us and that are in alignment. Other lessons are very karmic, and others Spirit want us to move away from people that aren't good for us. Yeah. So I see this card as a blessing of this connection and this gap. You're slowly, as time moves forward in the rest of this month, that was the timeline. This is the blessing. The gap is closing. So you're moving in the right direction. You are moving into alignment together. So I hope that offered you some comfort. So we have Aisha next. If you're still here, Aisha, just pop your question in the chat. True, because I'm attracting lots of or like attracting other attention but not paying them no mind. So I don't think Aisha's here. Anne, are you here, my dear? If you want to pop your thank you motivation. Yeah, true. I'm attracting lots of men, yeah, but not paying them mind. Yeah, exactly. If your heart and your attention lies with someone else, it doesn't mean a lot, does it? It doesn't interest us. Do we? Anne, are you here? Awesome. I thought you would be. What energies or opportunities are coming into my life soon? Nice question. Oh, will I take that? I will. I'll go to the bottom of the deck as well. What energies and opportunities are coming? The Fool, the bottom of the deck, which I'm drawn to, and Seven of Voices. Okay, so Seven of Voices is connected. I'm just seeing why this has come through as an opportunity, because Seven of Voices it's often about someone else's energy around you who they're trying to get away with something. It can often talk about quite sneaky behavior when we see the Seven of Voices, Anne. So I'm kind of thinking if there will be some movement and resolution in this, because I'm drawn to this path as well. Like you're on the right track, Anne. This feels more, it could be something to do with work. Tell you what resonates with this, Anne. There's some kind of energy where someone's maybe not pulling their weight. And the opportunity and blessing, I feel like, is that you'll be able to either say distance yourself from this, or this kind of behavior will be come out into the open, like they'll be exposed, this person, so it will almost bring an end to this kind of sneaky behavior that I'm seeing. The Fool card is about taking a risk, having a leap of faith as well. So this feels in connection to this. Let me know, Anne, if this is surrounding work, I want to say. Yeah, Janavi, it doesn't seem to be working. It was an experiment that I did that I don't think has worked. It's meant to be creating a list for me. I'll talk about it more in a minute. Sorry, I'll just and you know who I'm talking about when I talk about this sneaky behavior, this kind of betrayal energy. I'm just going to put one clarifying card, but I see, like I say, them being exposed, you being able to get some traction with this person. Can be current energies, can be near future. Spirit, why the Seven of Voices? Yeah, again, this is you getting that movement, that traction, that distance from this kind of energy. So that's the blessing. And the Fool, sort of how to get here, how to expose this person, how to distance yourself from this kind of energy and move forward and move in a better direction, is by bringing this Fool energy. It involves taking some kind of risk and a leap of faith. I don't know if that involves speaking out about this person, or setting a really strong boundary to them. If you're there could be some fear around setting boundaries with this person. Thanks, Jean. Yeah, so the chat bot, the night bot, sorry, said, so you put an exclamation mark, I'm just going to do it, like, and then the number, and that should bring through a list. I'm just going to try one more. Maybe I need to put a space. That's true, Anne. Of course. Why didn't I think of that? That kind of trying to get away with something energy, isn't it, that we have seen from him, that hot and cold. Yeah, Jean, thank you for that. So exclamation mark, like, and then, but then when I click on this script that it's created, there's an error. So thanks, Janavi. Script function not found. So I'll have to go back to the drawing board with Nightbot, but I will figure out. Sorry guys, I'm not there. If you probably figured out, I'm not the most tech savvy person, but I'm trying to, and then it's meant to automate a list, and then I'm hoping it would make all our lives easier. So I'll go back to the drawing board on that, but thank you for your patience. So Eco, thank you so much. To be ready, may I ask Spirit what opportunity? Sure, Jean, thank you. I appreciate you helping guys though and doing a test. May I ask, just for anyone else joining as well, I'm doing the love oracle. I'm gonna do some love oracle card, like I call it sort of like a quick fire round at the end of this live as well, for anyone wants to stay, just for love questions for the last 10-15 minutes so at the end. So stick around for that if you'd like to, like I say, just have a few quick fire rounds of the hidden oracle just for love. Okay. Awesome. Eco. May I ask Spirit what opportunities coming my way? Sure thing. Spirit, what opportunities are coming through for Eco? Ace of Inspiration. Definitely an opportunity coming through for you, Eco. This is almost like a card, one of the cards of opportunity whenever we see Ace. And I feel like it's going to be it's going to be an idea that comes from you. What I'm really drawn to here is this. It's like you feel inspired and feel, it can be something along the lines of creativity, Eco, as well. So I don't know if this has been brewing for a while, or you've had an idea behind the scenes about something that you've wanted to do. It could be an additional revenue stream. It could be a creative project, something that would get you fired up and being excited, because this is inspiration, so it's ruled by the element of fire. And I feel like it is an opportunity, it's something to capitalize on for you, but it's like that the idea and the inspiration actually comes from you, or comes from Spirit, I guess. It's like being struck with an idea. I don't know if anyone's heard of the expression where you receive like a download. I'm sure you probably all have heard of that, where it's like you're an artist. Oh, amazing. Okay. Beautiful, fantastic. So it's like a download, and you know that difference when an idea or information, it feels like it comes directly from Spirit. So it's not just, there's a difference in a way when it feels like it comes from us. Obviously we are sort of spirit embodied in a way as well, but a download feels slightly different, and it feels very clear. And I feel like that's what's coming for you, Eco. So yeah, maybe you've had something to do with your art, that you've been wanting to look in a different area, or a particular goal that you've wanted to achieve and you've not quite known how to. Or it could be, some kind of art project that you feel particularly struck by. So that's on its way to you, and obviously this is just the first step, and then you can build on that, but it will take you somewhere, take you on a journey. Nice energy. I feel like it's kind of connected to finances. Six of Materials, like this creative idea will lead to more money, Eco. That's really the energy that I get. So exciting. Danny, thank you for your question. Can I get a card for advice about how to interact with N? You reached out to him. All right, awesome. Yes, let's see. Spirit, please. Oh God, the cards are just I'm not even getting a chance to shuffle. I feel like messages are strong today, strong and clear. I'm glad that resonated, Eco. Ooh, the Hierophant, Danny. Major Arcana. Still potent energies there between this connection. I'm drawn to these, excuse me, I'm drawn to these, what do we call them again? Like lanterns, that's the word. These lanterns that lead a path. This is you and him. This is your energy. Good energy around, surrounding you both. Powerful pink, which can denote feelings of romance. So the question being specifically about how to interact with N, okay? And what I'm drawn to is these lanterns, okay, that lead a path, that connect you both, yeah? And it's like almost like a breadcrumb, but not in a negative, not the negative connotations of breadcrumbs in dating. This is a positive thing, like leading the way, So maybe initially sort of almost sporadic communication, yeah, like dropping a little bit of light here, putting this energy, and then a little, and then a bit more, and then a bit more, and then a bit more. It's a very specific sort of message, so I hope it resonates. I'm also drawn to, interestingly, I mean, traditionally this card as well is about following the rules in a way. So like a trail. Exactly, Danny. Leaving a trail. That's exactly it. Pacing. Getting the pacing right. Maybe revealing bits about your, sharing information about yourself or finding information about them in that kind of trail energy. So not rushing in. The Hierophant's also always about doing things traditionally and kind of with a set of rules almost. So not exposing too much, not sharing too much. Sorry, hold on. Not sharing too much too soon. And you're almost on a pedestal here as well. I notice you're so much sort of bigger in size and higher up, in comparison to him. This is maybe about building this projecting this image of yourself like that, in a way, being seen like this. So that's connected to self-worth and the image almost. I mean, I'm not into games, but hard to get. You tend to rush things. Okay, rules, yeah. Me too, yeah. Gender rules. What do you mean by that? Is it gender rules? Well, I think I'm not sure what you mean by that. I mean, I'd get with the whole traditional, men having to chase and women playing hard to get. I suppose that's outdated, isn't it, in a way? But there's still this, so I don't want to reiterate that kind of narrative. Maybe more for you here in this dynamic about the timing and the space. Not revealing too much too soon. And I suppose staying in that energy, this can apply to anyone, like say gender traditions. I don't want to reiterate that narrative at all or perpetuate it, that's the word. But we can still, in manifestation, attract rather than chase. It is outdated, isn't it, Danny? Absolutely. So yeah, pace yourself, do the trail. Exactly, Janavi. Exactly. I bet we're all on the same page on that one here. So I hope that helped, Danny. Maybe focus on, like say, the not rushing in, pacing yourself, that energy that we can still lean into about attracting rather than chasing. Hey Jasmine, thanks for being here. Okay, that was quite a long message, Danny. Sorry about that. Hope it resonated. Jean, so we have Jean, Anu and Nettie. Just want to have your questions ready. I know Jean will be here. She might be working. Ba, ba, ba. going back to the list. Oh, here's Jean. Awesome. Thank you. So Jean, Anu, and then Nettie. Jean, whatever I need to know for the week. General energy check. Awesome. Spirit, what does Jean need to know for the week ahead? Eight of Voices, Jean. Something may be causing you some worry, some anxiety. This card's all about our viewpoint being skewed by worry and fears. You may already know what this is, Jean. Work, living situation, take what resonates here, or something else, take what applies to you. Now, Eight of Voices comes with positivity, is that your fears will be unfounded, and that this is currently like your anxieties and fears have maybe got the best of you, because this woman here is blindfolded, is tied here in knots by this worry, yeah, fear getting a grip of you. Everything's kind of gone dark and we can only see in this particular way. And it's an illusion really when we see this card, and when we come from this place where in the grip of fear ultimately that can manifest as anxiety and being stuck in our head, and different levels of that, but ultimately it comes from fear, and it's a skewed point of view, and it's not real. So we just have to be trying kind to ourselves. It's a hopeful card really, Jean. I know it seems kind of negative or dark, but there are no negative cards in the deck. So this is about this. So when these worries and fears, if you find yourself spiraling into that kind of thinking, Jean, try to remember that this is unfounded and it's somewhat of an illusion. Do what you can to ground yourself at that time. Meditate, pray, whatever it is that you do. Exercise to manage anxiety, you know, all of these things that I do list, that it's like self-care, to try to be the goal being to try and ground ourselves. Now, what will free you ultimately off this, though, is positive news coming in with this Knight of Voices. It's about communication, news coming through regarding this situation that's causing you worry, causing you fear. And this will really ultimately be the positive news that you've been waiting for. And this will bring a real sense of relief and free you from this. So hang on, if you find yourself in the coming week in this place, trust that it will pass, that it's really unfounded, and this good news which will set you free is coming in. Thanks, motivation. Danny Baby, what's the difference between chasing and putting in the work? Janavi, I think putting in the work is self-love, manifest, affirm, and leave the rest of the universe, yeah. So I always think of chasing as for me, chasing has a sense of panic to it, of trying to make it happen. That's what it means to me. So if I'm chasing a dream, I could run myself into this would be chasing, it would be not having any trust or belief that it was going to happen. So it's all on me and me trying to make something happen. So maybe burning myself into the ground to get a project off the ground, rather than letting myself rest and have some trust in the universe that opportunities would come to me. It's all about, in a way, I always think it's like trying too hard, or sometimes in a love connection when people that chase energy, you know, if someone bombards you with millions of texts and has to see you this minute rather than waiting for a time when's good for both of you and meeting up and taking it slow, then that still has that element of trust. So chasing, I think, is almost like in essence, like the lack of trust and faith that that what's meant for you will come to you. Thank you, motivation. Anu, I think you've popped your question actually. I think it's quite near. Ankit, feelings for me, you're in no contact. Anu, if you just want to let me know that you're here, we'll have a look at Ankit's feelings. Anu. God, that resonated, Janavi. Okay, I don't think Anu's here anymore. Nettie, are you here, my dear? Hey, Alphonse, thank you for being here. Is Nettie still here? Maybe not. Nettie. Hey, Nettie, thank you. General. What does Nettie need to hear, please, Spirit? Oh, I will take that. Oh, the Lover's card, Nettie. Major Arcana, significant energies around you, potentially this between you and another person. So tell you what resonates with this. So the Lover's card can sometimes be exactly what it proposes to be, about a love connection and the deepening of this. So if you have this person, if you know who they are, there is a little delay. Is there a delay, guys? Oh, you mean just in the chat? I hope I'm not delayed. I'll wait a bit longer for the when I do the call outs. So Nettie, all this can be, so if love isn't relevant to you at the minute, romantic love, then this can be the deepening of a connection with something that really matters to you, and it's about your soul journey and your soul path. And in turn, this connection, be it person, be it thing, be it creative journey path, it's like that we gain a deeper understanding, a deeper understanding of ourselves, Nettie, as well. So it's no It's no small message, this, okay? It really is significant. And that's what's coming towards you, Nettie. That's what it's on its way, or it's underway now. So just enjoy it, really. Lean into it. Don't resist it. This is about finding it. I really feel like this is about connecting to yourself and understanding yourself on a deeper level, be that through a connection with someone, or through, like I say, a connection on, say, it could be anything, you know, career path that really aligns with you, a creative path that aligns with you. Tell what resonates with that. Again, Spirit's blessing comes through with this, with the Lovers card. Thanks, motivation. Anu. So we're looking at Aniket's feelings, and then we've got Janavi. Okay, in the chat, nothing new. I'll just hang fire to let people reply then a bit quicker. I bet this delay is because of that Nightbot. It's probably that, isn't it? Okay, I knew this is for you. Aniket's feelings. I know that you're in no contact. Let's see what's going on for them. Ooh, some movement here, Anu. You too, Nettie. Night of Inspiration. So this is fast moving energy. You can expect them to, they are on their way back to you. Yeah, I can see that, Genovia, glitching a bit. I think the bot might be interfering, but anyway, as long as you can hear me okay, we'll just carry on. We'll just go with it for now. So Anu, Aniket's energy, Night of Inspiration, is they are on their way back to you, okay? So near future energies. Now this Night of Inspiration, yeah, so I don't know if you've had this before with this person. They're quite impulsive. Sometimes this energy can move in quick, but also move out quick, yeah? It can bring hot and cold energy. So bear that in mind, because they can come rushing in with a lot of saying the right thing. They are attracted to you. They do have emotions for you, and there are feelings there, okay? But they may even be a fire sign themselves, so Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. And fire is, you know, as you'd imagine, the element of fire. It's quite explosive, it's impulsive, it can burn bright, and then it can burn out. And that's the kind of energy that I'm getting from this person. So you will hear from them again. They will come back in, Anu. But they might go out again. Also, with it being a night, this can represent some kind of immaturity in who they are as well. They're still finding out about themselves, finding out what they want, and they're not quite sure of that maybe. So be mindful of this when they do come in. It doesn't mean that this can't change and settle and grow further down the line, but when they come in and maybe say all the right things, be mindful of this, and take it with a pinch of salt, at least initially. This is someone that you need to hold boundaries with and test them a bit, you know, if they're really, you know, are you sticking around this time in a way? Okay. So we have Janavi next. Hi, Ivo. Thanks for being here. Sure thing, Janavi. Energy check-in. Thank you, motivation. Check-in. Still on this journey together, Janavi. Look at this. This is you two. Connection is still there. This is you. This is your energy. Which is really nice, actually. There's a spiritual element to that as well. So I don't know if you're feeling a little bit calmer in some ways, a bit settled somewhere, placed inside yourself in a more meditative, if I can say that word. I've said that wrong, butchered that, but a more centered, a bit calmer energy, maybe less panicked or less stressed about it, but you're still, so maybe you're feeling, I don't know if you feel psychically connected to Akshay at the minute, and that has, I feel like this is helping. This is just, yeah, the energy from this card that I got there is strong. I very much felt like this was you. This person was more centered and calmer. Still connected, sort of comfortable with that connection and that knowing. It's almost like when we drop a level down energetically, like, if that makes sense, from being more centered and more grounded in the connection, and again that sense of trust, even what we were talking about that came up about the difference between attracting and chasing. When we're in that attracting energy, it brings a calm, it brings a sense of calm and knowing and trust, which is a really good place to settle on, to land on. And in a way, that's whatever we're trying to achieve, whatever we would desire, whatever our desires are, it's great to try, and that's the sweet spot of where we're trying to land. This is his energy. Yeah, exactly that kind of feeling, Janavi, definitely. Now these Six of Voices, this almost represents the sharpness and the pain of the situation, that there is some distance at the moment. It's like there's a layer of protection at the minute being held in that knowing. Yeah, exactly, your Tower moment. And this calmness and this centeredness and this knowing that you are feeling at the moment can protect you against the sharp side of this situation that can take you down. Yeah, and this is him, and this is, I always think it's almost like Lone Ranger vibes. This is someone who is out there on their own. Can you see how, like, I'm hearing that, like, he's literally out on a limb. It's your limb, it's your hand, but he's out there on a limb. I think there is a sense of loneliness from him and feeling isolated where he is at the moment. Maybe he does feel a lot of loneliness a lot of the time. He's still connected to you, he's holding on to you. I mean, the definition of this card as well is about moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. So there is a transition happening here. There is a shift, energetic shift happening. after so much turbulence, after like hurricane energy, yeah, and then it's like the calm after the storm. Yeah, exactly. He's holding on to you. We can see there. He's leaning on you as well, and some like, you know, he's actually stepping on you in this card to, so maybe in those lonely times, that connection with you, he kind of returns back to that. Holding, I type the same word, yeah. So this is really happening. This is very real. He's holding on to you. You're staying connected to him. And things just generally feel a bit more grounded and a bit more, yeah, like just that, the calm after the storm. And we're just settling here for now. And that's okay for now. You're still holding on to each other. You're still on this journey together. With this space between you, yeah, but still connected. Nice message. Hope that offered you some clarity, comfort there, Janavi. Okay, so we have Rose next. Rose, are you still here, my love? And then we have Jasmine. Thank you, Janavi. I'm so glad that I'm able to do that and offer that. That's why I do this. That's why I'm here. I hope to help people get through difficult times, yeah, and have insight and get clarity in good times and bad. But I know how it feels to be in that spot. So Rose, I know there's a bit of a delay in the chat, so I will, obviously, if it might come through a bit delayed of when you answer. So I've got Rose, then we've got Jasmine, and then we've got Naresh. Thank you, motivation. Oh, Nightbot is being weird to motivation. Oh no, has it deleted you? Oh God, this bot is telling motivation off. It deleted your. Oh no! Right, I'm gonna see if I can hide. Oh, I've hid Nightbot because he's acting crazy. Sorry guys, sorry motivation. And he's just deleted the useful. I'm calling it a he automatically. Must be a man. Okay. Sorry, Jasmine. Thank you, motivation. Go for it, Jasmine. What is your question? I don't think Rose is here, so let's go for it. I think it was thinking that it was saying that motivation was spamming the chat. Ish. I've tried to hide the messages, so hopefully it won't act up anymore. Okay, no problem. Thanks, Jasmine. I like these emojis. Are they like little pies? Steaming pies, that's what they look like to me. Okay, thanks, Jasmine. Will Edgar decide to come back to me and reconcile? He's a Gemini and I'm Libra. Ooh, 2 air signs. That's a good combination, Libra and Gemini, actually. You inherently come from the same point of view of like viewing life. But let's see what Edgar's actions will be with regards to reconciliation. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Those Geminis are tricky. I'm going to take this, just sort of fell out. Okay, so they're planning for the future in regards to this connection, Jasmine. So I do see some connection and a breakthrough happening with regard to this. If you're in no contact or if there's been difficulties. So it was the hardest thing, but I had to put boundaries and push him away. Well done for doing that. So always when I see this card, 2 of inspiration is like being able to actually plan for the future. So this is his plan, okay? He wants to do this. He has ideas and plans, I think, already about what he'd like to do and how he'd like to see it. Now this white expanse always represents some kind of challenge and block that has been ongoing, maybe in this connection, or maybe let's say if you've been in no contact, it can just represent that quietness and that wall that's gone up, maybe your wall. That's what it feels like, maybe actually, Jasmine, that you've put a wall up. In and out, yeah. Well, well done for doing that and stick to that. So watch behaviors from here, how this pans out, because you can see how he wants to, this is a breakthrough. He wants to break through that wall. So this is his intentions. This is, I feel like, yeah, I keep hearing like he hasn't given up. But he gets it as well with this wall. He knows that you've done that, if that makes sense, like he's taken that on board. And there's still inspiration, Jasmine, as well, is about our passion. So there's still like a strong attraction here, a strong pull from him to you, and this is really the motivation of why he hasn't given up on it and why he kind of has, it's like he has a plan in mind to break through. Yeah, I mean, he only needs to, exactly, to break through, he just needs to treat you right. So watch this space, Jasmine. See what he comes through with. What does he have to say? What is this plan? But he's looking to the future and he sees you in that future. He wants to break through this wall. As long as it's not about, you know, wanting you not to have boundaries as well, because obviously he has to accept that and get that and really watch this space. He is coming back through. Let's see what he has to say and take it from there, but obviously hold this boundary, which it sounds like you are setting that and determined, which is good. He knows I'm a serious woman. Yeah, I think he does get that. You have so much love for him. Yeah, it is the hardest thing, isn't it, to do that when you have those feelings, but you had to put a boundary. And I always think, you know, it's good to remember that, you know, if you hadn't put that boundary, it would be over for definite. Yeah, it's really actually giving it the best shot for this connection and this relationship, to have this to have this boundary and say to someone, look, this is how it has to go, and then it's back over to them. Yeah, the choices and the decisions is back over to them. But if you just let someone treat you badly, or come in hot and cold, in and out, then really there's no sustainability in that. So you've done the right thing for the relationship through doing that. You've given it the best chance, but it's incredibly tough to do that and shouldn't be underestimated when you've got a lot of feelings and don't want to, because you have to be prepared to give it up. But anyway, their energy read, they will have something to say. Danny baby, thank you, motivation. Jasmine says, yeah, I told him, hope he figures things out, but I couldn't allow him to ghost me when I'm going through a lot. Oh God, yeah, after losing your mum. So sorry, Jasmine. Yes, well, he needs to show up and support you, or go at a time like that, isn't it? It makes things very clear when things get really difficult like that. Sending love and light, Jasmine. Keep us posted. Okay, so Naresh. Thank you, Naresh. So, oh yes, I know we've spoke about this before, Naresh. Naresh, as well, I know that you dropped a couple of comments about how to have a reading with me, and I wasn't sure if you meant here, but if you would want a private reading, the link is in the pinned comment as well. Goes for anyone as well that I do Zoom one-to-one readings for, which would be an hour, or I also do video private readings and personal private readings if you would want to be sent that. So just Naresh was asking a couple of times how to get a reading, so I just wanted to clarify that. Jasmine, and not to sound selfish, I told him he seems like he's going through a lot too, because he keeps ghosting and blocking and telling, yeah, so he sounds mixed up too, Jasmine. Yeah, nice energy. Okay, Naresh, so we're looking at your ex-partner. Naresh, what would you like to know about your partner? Do you want to know about reconciliation, or are you, I know last time that there was the tower moment for her that was coming through. I just want to clarify what I'm reading for. Thanks, motivation, for the lists still. Really appreciated as always. Makes my life so much easier. I know there might be a bit of a delay in the chat, but Naresh, I'm just waiting for clarification on your question. Here we go. So, her marriage life with her husband, and will she come back to me? So last time we did have a tower moment, Naresh, for her, which I imagine is ongoing, but let's see what we've got for more info. Do another energy check. I mean, we do have feelings of nostalgia here with this Six of Emotions. It is about a nostalgic feelings about the past. So I know what came up, which I think is a continuation of this. So this tower moment suggests that she was last time suggested to me very strongly that she was having a difficult time, yeah? And I'm wondering if that is, yeah, so nostalgic is like going back to the past, Naresh, absolutely. That she is going back to times in the past when she was happier. This could be with you in this connection. It could be, you know, that alongside times maybe in a marriage that she was happier. Can be more than one thing, you know, with that we see. And so that tower moment, like we say, a continuation, how that's potentially brought up feelings, Naresh, for you. I mean, like what motivation says, do take into account it has been a long time. When was the last time that you had any connection, Naresh? Was it 10 years? And I think it's, you know, you can very well be psychically still connected to someone even after all that time. But if there hasn't been any, there's no denying that if there hasn't been any communication from that, it's maybe not something to search out and to look for. And to try and, you know, if you were to cross, so if you were, it's been such a long time, Naresh, yeah? So maybe to ask yourself as well, Six of Emotions, this can be your energy as well, about what particularly in that connection is still holding you there. If there's, it's kind of can block you as well to be open to new connections. And I do feel like that, you know, if you were to cross paths, you know, some people do, you know, after a great length of time that they reconnect with someone from the past. But it's one of those things, it's like serendipitous of crossing paths and it happening rather than seeking it out. And to be stuck in this longing energy and going back to the past, you know, it can keep you stuck there. So maybe, Naresh, just after this length of time, it's about looking for new opportunities, new love, but also about looking at why so many feelings still about this person, why this connection. It's something about you really at this point as well, because it's been such a length of time. Is it that you don't need to forget her, Naresh? You don't need to forget her. But I don't think it can be healthy or positive for you to just fixate and hold on to this after all this time. You have to surrender and give it up to the universe at this point. And you know, if you were to move on into a relationship, you may be surprised. You don't need, so yeah, you don't need to forget her. But is there a fear about, you know, there can be other reasons about why we hold on to someone who in the end becomes just a memory, really, as well, about a relationship that we used to be in. And we can what's the word, like, it becomes like this ideal, we almost remember it better than maybe what it was as well, because it's so far in the past. It's truths get lost along the way. I think, Naresh, that it is, if you can, work on looking inside to see what it is that you are still holding on to and why you're holding on to this. Is it about fear of actually going into a real relationship in the present day? I mean, psychically, like I said, there was a tower moment last time that we read for her energy. And you can still sense, people, after all this time, that she could be having a difficult time, and that's why someone comes into your mind and you start thinking of someone, that you can tune into their energy, yeah. But after 16 years of no contact, there is other reasons why you're holding on to this person. And it's something about potentially, I think, moving into another relationship, taking the risk of caring and loving for someone else, particularly if we've been hurt in the past. Fear can set in to take that risk again, so it's safer to hold on to that old person. I hope that resonates. So try to look within, Naresh, and ask yourself why. What stopped you from moving on for so long? Yeah, it happens to a lot of people as well, so you're not alone in that. You know, and when we have powerful relationships, we do never forget them. They do have a huge impact. 10, 20, 30, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter about time really, but also it can become something toxic ultimately for our well-being. Hey Sab, thanks for being here. So Aisha, current feelings for Zaid, sorry, for me after yesterday, first video call. Oh, we had. So Naresh, if you want a more in-depth reading, because this is just one card, there's only so much that we can get from one card. Thanks, motivation. There we go. Like motivation says, if you want an in-depth Naresh, the link is in the pinned comment for different options of how to go into a complex question like this. Thanks, motivation. I'll let you know. So how many readings have we got left now? So I've got Aisha. So I'll close the list now, guys. Into motivation, thank you. And then I'll do, for anyone who would like to hold on for the Oracle love cards at the end, 10-15 minutes, probably just 10 minutes, really quick fire round that we'll do on the Oracle cards just for love readings for anyone that wants to hold on for that as well. So Aisha, thanks for your patience. This is for you. Thank you, motivation. So current feelings for Zaid, for me after yesterday. First video call we had for the arranged marriage. It was for the first time we saw each other. Okay. How was that for you, Aisha? Let's have a look at Zaid's feelings. How was that? I'm just being nosy now, but how was that for you, Aisha? Zaid's feelings after the video call. Nice energy. Page of inspiration. Feeling excited, yeah? Page of inspiration is element of fire. See how there's this kind of explosion going on here? Lots of colour, lots of vibrant energy here. So they are feeling inspired by this connection after that video call. This is, so with the page, this is, page energy is like when you begin to really get to grips with the situation. So it's still, obviously this is new, yeah? And page energy is like when you start to piece together the pieces of the picture, and after the page comes the night, which is like the movement and the actions after you felt really shy and nervous. Understandably, Aisha, understandably. He was so confident. Maybe it might be a fire sign Aisha, or he may have fire in his chart. Do you know what? Do you do like any astro comparisons? Because place of inspiration, like we say, is ruled by the element of fire. So being outgoing, being confident in that way, you know, obviously we've all got insecurities, but being chatty, being outgoing, being loud are all characteristics of fire signs in general. Oh, there we go. So he's a Leo, yeah. So he feels good about this. Also, I have to note as well, because inspiration can be about physical attraction, Aisha. So that was part of this as well. So I don't know if you felt that, but this is obviously his energy, so that's come through as well. Obviously it's just over video, but you know, you can still find someone, you know, physically attractive. There was that spark that you would be looking for. So they feel fired up, they feel good about this, they feel excited and inspired. So this is all positive energy. And hopefully in time, Aisha, if you can get a chance to talk more like this, that you can feel more relaxed. But this is someone as well who is comfortable, obviously, to take the lead. Gives you some space to maybe take your time as well. Like, it can be quite nice when someone's okay to take the lead. Very vibrant, good vibes here in that card. So I hope that offered you some comfort, Aisha, if you're a bit worried, obviously, about where they're at. Yeah. Well, just try not to. It's totally normal, I would say, Aisha, to be nervous in that situation. And he'll be nervous as well. Yeah, just try to talk as much as you can. So that you can get more and more comfortable, if that's possible. And he's probably just managing his nerves differently. He will definitely be nervous, I imagine, but he's just more loud, and being a Leo, outgoing, extrovert kind of vibes. Keep us posted, Aisha. Yeah, he didn't show it. Fatima, Habib's feelings for you, no contact. They are, Aisha. Leo, I love Leo energy. They're so warm. They are very romantic, definitely. The proud Leo who wants to be. They like praise. I mean, we all like praise, but Leos like to be like a cat being stroked. You know. They do have quite big egos, but I always find Leos to be really generous. Generous heart, big ego, big heart. Okay, Fatima, this is for you. Habib's feelings for you, Fatima. Doesn't want to come through. Okay, so there is still, it's a major arcana, Fatima, okay, which recognizes the power of this connection, okay? So you may have a big history, or there's intense feelings jumping around here, okay? The Hanged Man is still being in a state of pause and being kind of stuck, really. They may be stuck in not knowing what to do next. It feels like a difficult situation, so obviously I don't know the details of how things led to no contact. This is someone who is in the process of gaining a different perspective on this connection. So they are, in a way, in this no contact, they're sort of being forced to reflect and try to understand this connection, understand what went wrong, understanding if they want to make this work, if they want to go back into this connection, how would that look like? What would that involve? Or if this can work, is this something that can work moving forward? They're in that place of assessing, but it does feel uncomfortable for them. Okay, so they are, like I say, because they're in no contact, this has sort of forced them into this difficult position. Like, obviously this person is literally upside down. It's quite painful, it's uncomfortable, it's not where they want to be. Yeah, where they find themselves and how this connection has gone for team, it's not how they wanted it to go. But they're still stuck at the minute. I don't see any action yet. So this is current energies, and it can change for Fatima, but this is giving us a snapshot insight into what's happening now. And at the minute they are stuck. So emotionally, mentally, circling this problem, this issue, not sure what to do next, not sure what moves to make next. Yeah. So this needs to shift. So all that you can take, Fatima, as comfort, say, for you, is to take comfort in the fact that they are trying to figure it out, okay? Even though it feels difficult, even though it feels painful. It's a major arcana for Fatima, so there are big feelings. That's a separate question. Does he love me? I don't know if that's the best question for tarot. In a way, the major arcana tells me that there are big feelings and emotions in this union, and he's certainly taking the time. Because of the no contact, it's affecting him, it's making him feel uncomfortable and in a painful position that he doesn't want to be in, and he's trying to work it out. So take from that there is a level and depth of feeling here. And you'll just have to wait this out to see, when he gets to a place, when he does figure it out, what conclusion he comes to take some action. But I don't see that happening at the moment. So Sab, if you're still here, my dear, if you want to pop your question in the chat. I'll just hang fire because there's a bit of a delay. So hopefully Sab is still here. Thanks, motivation. You're welcome, Fatima. Awesome. Thanks, Sab. Well, how do men view you? It's an interesting question. Let's see how you'll be. I mean, I imagine for one thing that they might see you differently. Different men would see you differently. But let's see what Spirit comes through with. Men as a whole is quite broad there. Message for Sab, please. Ooh. Well, very positive energy here. Six of inspiration. Look, this is you, Sab. Doesn't matter about gender as well. Obviously, this is a female, but the female, male. But this is your energy. Now, six of inspiration is someone who is successful. And you can see how these people here, there's six of inspiration is about being recognized and acknowledged in some way. So in this context, it's like they do recognize your fiery energy. Inspiration is ruled by the element of fire, okay? So this is success. This is someone who's confident. This is someone who is outgoing. This is all this kind of energy that this person here is bringing that we can see. Confidence maybe for you, I don't know if this is something that you've really worked on and that is hard won as well, this confidence. Maybe they don't see that. They don't see, if, you know, we all have insecurities. They don't see your insecurities. You've got a good front here, okay? And this is part of who you are as well, that you are this successful person. You are someone who people don't really mess with, you know, that when you talk, people listen. But I'm hearing sort of hard-won confidence as well. And I'm wondering if there's some kind of just in you asking. So there's a disconnect in that this person is confident, successful, determined, yeah? Beautiful as well. But there's a disconnect in how you feel, yeah? And what you're presenting. So it's like that you, maybe your inner saboteur, Sab, that's funny that you call Sab actually, but the inner saboteur needs to be silenced more, and that you need to catch up a bit with what you're giving out to those around you, yeah? I mean, a lot of this can happen to a lot of us, that we have this imposter syndrome, and we often don't really understand how we're presenting to other people, because we have got a lot of self-doubt inside, and like you say, that you've got low confidence. But that's certainly not what you're presenting. So try to take that on board and look at that a bit more, Sab, about, even if you don't feel that way, try to catch up with what you're presenting, because this is not what people are seeing in you. They don't see that low confidence. As people get closer to you, maybe then it comes up. But certainly on a more first meeting basis, or, you know, for people that you work with, or, you know, if you're out and about socially, this is the vibes that you give off, which is, yeah, the opposite of low confidence. Try to close that gap and silence the inner saboteur. And it's really good to have that front, you know, it's like that fake it till you make it energy as well, which I do believe in. Okay guys, for anyone who is here and would like a love oracle card, or a few love oracle cards, these are messages. So messages. So the oracle, this deck says, would you like to hear from your divine masculine, your divine feminine, a former lover, a love interest, or simply the one who got away? Ask and you'll receive the hidden truth. So motivation, let's go. Smith. You're welcome, Sab. So just pop the questions in the chat and I'll just read them. No need to put a like or anything, just pop the person. Thanks, Janavi. Sure thing. So motivation. This is for you. Smith's feelings for you today. This is from Smith to motivation. We both know, oh, I am not the one for you. Is this reversed? I feel like this is. This is someone that you would know, so a connection, an existing connection or a past connection, Sab. Oh, this is. I'll just have to read them out because it's inverted the camera annoyingly. Anyway, we both know I'm not the one for you. I am becoming a better person. I wonder if you were happy without me. Motivation, is this Smith or is this someone from the past? I wonder if you were happy without me. It's just that threw me. Take what how that resonates. Motivation. Maybe he's having a down day. It was just today. I wonder if you were happy without me. Maybe that's when just today, you know, in separation. He's having an insecure day. Janavi, this is for Akshay. I can't stop thinking about you. I know that I crossed the line with you. I'm just going to see if I can. No, that doesn't help. Okay, I don't know how to stop it being inverted. Okay, Janavi, so I can't stop thinking about you. I know that I crossed the line with you. My life is not as together as it seems. I feel like we've had that for him before. So these are messages from connections from the past, connections with people on your mind, existing connections messages, yeah? So bear that in mind with the questions. So Sab, with regarding future husband, I don't think it would be helpful. Naresh, I'll read for you just while, but pop your questions in the chat. Same for you, Eco, about new love. I can see what comes through, but these are messages from existing connections, really. Naresh, this is for you. I wonder if you are happy without me. Finding out the truth crushed me. I remember every detail of that day. Sure, Eco 7, messages for you. So what I'll do is, Sav, I'll still pull for you as well, and then just take what resonates to who you feel like this applies to, okay, in your situation. Eco, this is for you though. You and I were too young. I wonder if you are happy without me. I'm getting that a lot today. I love you. So, there we go, Eco. And just interpret this how you will, guys. Sav, this is for you. Ooh. I want to be more than friends. My life is not together as it seems. Is not as together as it seems. We need to let each other go. Okay, guys. So I'm going to end the live here, and the rest you're reading, if you want to go back and read it, I did pull cards for you. So you can just go back and rewatch. Thank you as always for being here, guys. Thank you, Motivation, for the lists. Appreciated as always. I hope the rest of everyone's day goes well. Sending love and light. I will be back on Wednesday for another live. So I hope to catch you all there again. But wishing you all the best. Love and light, guys. Yeah, have a blessed day. Bye, Ivo. Bye, Jean.